One of the smallest districts in San Francisco is actually one of its most upscale and most exclusive neighborhoods with direct access to some of the best parks and trails with some of the best views in all of San Francisco. I'm talking about the Lake Street district, and in this video, I do a deep dive on the Lake Street neighborhood, including what it's like to live there and how much it's going to cost. This is Austin Clark, your lawyer turned real estate agent and real estate developer in San Francisco. I've lived in multiple neighborhoods throughout the city, giving me in-depth firsthand knowledge of what it's like to both live and work in San Francisco. If you're thinking about relocating or want more information about the market, definitely reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. I will personally answer every call, every email, every text, and I would be more than happy to help you. And if you like videos just like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell so you're alerted every single time I post a video. All right, so this video is all about the Lake Street neighborhood of San Francisco. It is very, very high-end, very exclusive. It is also home to a ton of historic Edwardian and Victorian homes, making it one of the most charming neighborhoods as well. You really get a feeling of privacy from living in this neighborhood because you are completely surrounded by the Presidio forest. And it is smack in the middle of two other very high-end, very exclusive, very quiet neighborhoods, the Seacliff neighborhood, which is to the west, and Presidio Heights neighborhood, which is to the east. It spans a stretch of about 25 blocks east to west and just a couple blocks north to south. The area is called Lake Street because the neighborhood contains the homes that sit along each end of Lake Street, which runs east to west from Arguello Boulevard to 27th Avenue. Lake Street is a gorgeous tree-lined street that since the onset of the pandemic has turned into a slow street for local traffic only. It's honestly a pain in the butt to drive there because you have to zigzag around all of these different signs. So it is mainly used for walking and jogging. Not many cars drive on it at all. So it makes the area and that street one of the most family friendly and one of the quietest areas in the entire city. Because there aren't really any bars in the area and because it's a local traffic only zone, it is one of the most quaint and quiet and chill neighborhoods in the city. So, you know, if you're a young professional looking to live here, even if you could afford to live here, it may not be the right neighborhood for you because there's really not much to do there. It's more for families than it is for young single people. The area has access to pretty much anything families would want. There are great schools in the area. There are great parks, including Mountain Lake Park directly to the north, and homes tend to be on the larger side, which is perfect for families, and the neighborhood is very, very safe. Lake Street is also steps away from popular California and Clement Streets, which have a ton of ethnic restaurants and shops. It's also a short drive to Laurel Village, which is a small kind of strip mall next to Presidio Heights. It is driving distance to Sacramento Street, which houses a lot of like interior design boutiques and home goods stores. It's also fairly close to Fillmore Street in Pacific Heights, which has a mix of clothing and design stores, as well as bars and restaurants. Lake Street is also very close to main streets that lead to the Golden Gate Bridge and to Golden Gate Park. So it is a very easy place to live if you have to commute to Marin, or you want to go to Marin on the weekend, or go to the marina on the weekend. And it's also very easy to get to Golden Gate Park from there as well. It's also located right next to two massive parks that are part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area, Lincoln Park and the Presidio National Forest. Lincoln Park is on the other end of Seacliff. It's home to Legion of Honor, which is a big art museum, and there's an 18-hole golf course there. And of course, you get views of the Marin Headlands, Pacific Ocean, and Golden Gate Bridge. There's also the Presidio National Park, which has a giant forest of mature trees and a lot of different picnic areas. So it's great for walking, great for hiking, and great for picnics as well. In my opinion, the best part about Lake Street is the homes. There's a good mix of both multi-unit and single-family properties in the area, but the houses there are some of the most stunning in the city. You've got like very old historic homes, but also a lot of great, more modern homes as well. There are a ton of cul-de-sacs north of Lake abutting the Presidio Wall and abutting Mountain Lake Park, which are some of the most desirable enclaves for houses in the entire city. Homes there definitely sell for a premium compared to other parts of Lake Street and other parts of the city. There's virtually no car traffic on those, and the only people going there are people who actually live there. So it is very low foot traffic. It is very quiet and very exclusive. An enclave that is technically part of Lake District, but it's really its own separate community, is West Clay Park, which is between 22nd and 24th Street north of Lake. Some of the homes in the area actually have a private street to access your garage, but there's also a non-private road with a lot of homes around it. Homes in that little enclave of West Clay Park are some of the nicest in the city and have incredible views of the Golden Gate Bridge. While the homes are great, one of the downsides of living in the area is that you are pretty far from downtown. So if you do commute to downtown, maybe a 15 or 20-minute drive, it's not the end of the world, but it is something to think about if you do need to work downtown. How much does it cost to live there? The average single-family home in 2022 was about $4.3 million. million compared to an average of a little over $2 million in the rest of San Francisco. And for a condo, the average price was about 1.8 compared to about 1.4 million in the rest of San Francisco. So it is significantly more expensive than the rest of San Francisco and is among the most expensive neighborhoods in the city. Average rent for a 2-bedroom is around $4,500, but it definitely gets higher than that, especially in more modern homes and especially homes that have views. If you are thinking about relocating and you're okay with that little bit more quiet lifestyle and having to drive a little bit to get to some of the more happening parts of town like the marina or downtown, then definitely consider Lake Street. It is one of the nicest neighborhoods and one of the most family-friendly neighborhoods, so I definitely recommend checking it out. If you are thinking of relocating, definitely reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. I will personally answer every call, every email, every text, and I would be more than happy to help you. And if you like videos just like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell so you're alerted every single time I post a video.